Sukruti, Sukruti, Unumukhe says Sukruti Pradhana. What is Sukruti? Sukruti means when you do some first class activities that is pleasing to Supreme Lord is called a Sukruti. So, like there are three modes of material nature: Sattva, Raja, Tama. When you act under Sattva, when you act for the benefit of other living entities, when you are not selfish, when your intention is to do a greater benefit, that is called, that is the generation of Sukruti. And when you are doing such through the process of Sadhu Sanga, by associating with the devotee, no other such process can ever generate security than Sadhu Sanga. A little Sadhu Sanga, Sadhu Sanga, Sadhu Sanga, Sarva Shastra कहे, लवे मात्र साधु संगे सर्व सिद्धि है. The topmost perfection can even achieved just by little Sadhu Sanga. That is why Sadhu Sangha is the most important path. People who are not in the primary path, who are in primary path, they only do Sadhu Sangha because there is no Sadhu at all. No Sadhu can be seen near and dear. Whoever come near to a Sadhu with little Shraddha, they also transform himself to a Sadhu by the mercy of the Sadhu. So for Sadhu Sangha is the only mean through which one can very easily elevate himself from the platform of Jnana, Karma, Bhukti, Mukti, Siddhi, Ichha to a better platform which is called Bhakti, Ichha. This desire, that example I was giving the other day. So when you see, suppose you are playing cricket and when you see Tendulkar, then your inspiration to play cricket more is increased. And when you hear little word from Tendulkar, certain tips he give, it works a great extent. But your friend may say same tips, you will not give that importance. Even if you give little importance, that will not work. So that is the reason in a field who is excelling, his inspirations and his words works in a greater person, because that is the logic of reward circle. When you reward high, the brain has the ability to create neural network. Otherwise, brain do not create the network. Like anything is not serious, anything which is not heavy, brain do not keep this neural network for longer period. So that is the process of retrieval. But here, when you are doing Sadhu Sangha, there is Sat, Chit and Ananda quantum at work. So here, Sattva, Raja, Tama quantum at work, which stores this information in neural network, and during the process of Jnana, it may retrieve. When Sattva, Raja, Tama are working at this gross body level, then Sat, Chit, Ananda quantum particle work at transcendental level. When you do Sadhu Sangha, then Sat, Chit, Ananda at quantum level works, which controls your neural network, and it gives a strong willpower to follow and practice Krishna consciousness. Taro uddhare lagi tomar कर्म पथे ज्ञान पथे पथिक जे जन कर्म पथे ज्ञान पथे पथिक जे जन ताहार उद्धार लागी तुम्हार जतन. Krishna is very merciful to everyone. Even though somebody has chosen a secondary path because of not knowing the primary path. Why he has not known? Because since time immemorial, he has attracted to the Maya Sukha and he has chosen to enjoy Maya Sukha. So now that I am the master of everybody, so that is the breath of Krishna, that I will elevate all of them. I will give every chance to elevate all of them. Sadhu, Guru, Atma Rupe, Karana, Anushilana. That is the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why Krishna elevate all these people who are in the path of secondary happiness to this platform of primary happiness through sadhu only, not directly. Directly, it's not possible that a Maya Mugdha Jivera Nahi Krishna Smriti Gyan, without being Krishna Smriti, nobody is eligible to attract the mercy of Krishna and Krishna Bhakti. Karma, कर्मे वर्णाश्रमे থাকি সাধু সঙ্গ করি কর্ম মাঝে ভক্তি করে গৌণ পথ ধরি. This is the change in devotee. When a person is still in material world, he is living in varna and ashrama system, but is associating with devotees. If he is associating with devotees, then he will be attracted to the lifestyle, to the teachings of the devotees, and gradually, even though he is at material work, he has so much responsibility, so much duty to do, he start doing devotional service. But it is Gauna Patha. What is Mukhya Patha? Mukhya Patha is that one give up all such karma, jnana, any kind of material duties, only execute the prime duty to please Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is Mukhya Patha. Mukhya Patha Jiva Paya Krishna Prem Dhan. In Gauna Patha, you may get all these things. Bhukti, Mukti, Siddhi, desire you will get. Bhakti will never get. Bhakti will be achieved only through Mukhya Patha. So only a devotee has the ability to pull you from this Gauna Patha to Mukhya Patha, no one else. Tarakata karma saba hridaya sodhiya tirohita hayasradha bije sthana diya. As a devotee keep on practicing these activities as per the sadhu, how the sadhu desire, you transform your activities. You don't know whether you are transforming your activities. Earlier you are desiring to work so hard to build some houses, buy some cars, and some utilities that can give pleasure to your senses. You are worried after that. You are worried after prestige, and you are trying to get pleasure of enviousness. He is having this, I need better than him, and when you get better and you becoming happy, you are not comparing what is better in him. You might have a better food, but you have diabetes. He is having lesser food, he has no diabetes. See, there are degrees of variation. Some is having some sort of miseries, some other is having some sort other miseries, and one person is thinking that, oh, he is not having that happiness, I have that. He's not counting his miseries. The other person is not counting this miseries. So this enviousness, competitively one analyze, I am better in this regard and becoming happy. This is worthless happiness, and that is to the fact that is the primary cause of happiness among people by comparing with each other. So that is required when one associates with devotees. He comes to realize that this is worthless happiness. To come this point is not that easy. So how he can develop, we will come in the further slides, that how to come to this platform with the help of a sadhu. জ্ঞানী সুকৃতির বলে ভক্তের কৃপায় অনন্য ভক্তিতে শ্রদ্ধা বীজে স্থান দিয়া. Even the jnani, when he associate with a devotee, just like Prakashananda Saraswati was delivered by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even though Jnani, when he attracted by the first class devotional service, how a devotee get a releases from Supreme Personality of Godhead, he can also get changed. It is natural that Gyanis are more difficult than Karmis until they develop uh, to the state. Thus, Bahunam Janmanamante Gyanavan Mam Prapadyante Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samhatma Sudurlabha. Coming to the platform gradually through the process of knowledge, when a Gyani develops this desire, when he comes to know that aham sarvasya prabhavo matah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajate mam buddha bhava samanita. So this is the state for a Gyani to elevate to this platform. It is there in Bhagavad Gita, but Gyani searches here and there, speculates, and do not realize this shloka that Krishna is the source of everything. So his Jnana is giving him, different speculative desires, and he roams here and there. The desire are still there. It is Jnana desire, and that is Bhukti desire. And the Jnana desire leads to Mukti desire, and he sometimes fall in the trap of Mayavada, and then he himself think be equal to become equal to God, become God, like that. So many traps are there. So that is how one has to elevate himself from this platform of Gaunapatha to Mukhyapatha. Even those who are in Jnana and Karma, when they get some Laukika Shraddha, साधु सेवा ही न अर्चे लौकिक श्रद्धय प्राकृत वैष्णव वैष्णवेर प्राय वैष्णव आभास से ना हेत वैष्णव के मने पाइबे साधु संगेर वैष्णव. Due to matter of time, I will have to run little fast. So the Skarmi and Gyani, they are having material Shraddha, Laukika Shraddha. So without the help of Sadhu, when they themselves start worshipping Supreme Personality of Godhead, like directly worshipping, in Odisha you can see that all the people of Odisha, they go to Jagannath temple. They all are somehow or other, they have devotion for Lord Jagannath. So that devotion is not first class devotion, that is Laukika Shraddha, because they still have lots of bhukti desire and mukti desire in them. At best, they get mukti desire. At the lowest, they have lots of bhukti desire. As soon as they go to the temple, ask for this and that, this and that. They never think about how I can please Jagannath. But somehow, because of taking birth in Utkala Dham, they have a desire to please Jagannath also. And that's why that is the point of elevations. They already bears this natural Shraddha for Jagannath. So they are very willing to see Lord Jagannath, like to serve somewhere or other, offer some flowers, offer some bhoga. That is very natural. So there is a natural Shraddha for Dhambasi. So that is a source of their elevations. When they associate with devotee, then only they can elevate. Otherwise, this Laukika Shraddha keep them in the uh, Adhama state, means the lower state. Uttama, Adhama, Madhyama. So Adham is the lowest. Madhyama is the middle. So middle, how somebody elevates from Adhama to Madhyama is that he must practice Krishna consciousness under the representations of a Uttama Adhikari. Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakta, Maitri Acharana. Giving, uh, when one is giving his homages or making friends with a devotee, Balisate Krupara Dvesi Upekshana. And when he disassociates from sadhus and who are aversion toward Krishna, because he is not at a very strong level that he can even change those people who are like that. And there are also a problem in preaching to Asradhalu. So there is a platform, not exactly one can directly tell about Krishna to these people. One should take up the scientific approach of Bhaktivedanta Institute to first develop Shraddha, then talk about Krishna Nam or Krishna Bhakti. So that process. So anyway, one has to know this. Being a mediocre, he has to differentiate between sadhu, asadhu, and save himself. Karile madhyama bhakta suddha bhakta hana. And when madhyama bhakta constantly associate with pure devotee, Krishna nama adhikara karena arjana. He can acquire that adhikara of getting pure holy name gradually, and he elevate himself to the state of Uttama Vaishnava. And what Uttama Vaishnava do? Sarvatra jahara haya Krishna darsana. Krishna सकलेर स्थिति कृष्ण प्राण धन चौदिके देखे ना देखे तार मूर्ति सर्वत्र है तार इष्ट देव स्मृति. He do not differentiate much because his elevation to the pure platform of devotional service, he has nothing to be worried about. So who to you should consider as a Vaishnava in respect of not committing offense is that Hena sadhu mukhe jube suniye ko nama Vaishnava boliya tare karibe pranam. Even if you have heard single name from the mouth of a devotee, you should respect him as a Vaishnava, and you do not have to delve into much deeper that what he is doing. Is he a real Vaishnava? That is also explained in Harinam Chintan and other scriptures that who is the real Vaishnava. That is for yourself to judge you because you have to see your dosa, not others' dosa. Swapne hi parera dosa na kariba chintana sarvada panidasa kariba bhavana. So that is the actually transcendental reality. You have to see all the fault in yourselves. That I am not a Vaishnava. I am having committing this kind of issues. I have this kind of problems, this and that. I have to elevate myself. And what is the grade of first class devotional service is defined in scripture that you have to elevate from this state to this state. Then you can think that you are in the platform of Vaishnavism. Otherwise, you should never think that I am the platform of Vaishnavism. Bhakti labhe sarva jiva Vaishnava krupaya বৈষ্ণব দেহেতে থাকে শ্রীকৃষ্ণের শক্তি সেই দেহ স্পর্শে অন্যে হয় কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি. বৈষ্ণব দেহেতে থাকে শ্রীকৃষ্ণের শক্তি. A Vaishnava bears all the energies of Krishna in him. When Vaishnava speaks something, the energy of Krishna works. But one should not think that I am Vaishnava, I am having so much power. There was a story that in Vrindavan, some pastimes was heard by a devotee regularly. One day she want to cross the Yamuna rivers. She asked Gurudeva, Yamuna is overflowing and it is dark, there is no boat, how can I cross? Gurudev told, okay, you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Yamuna will give you the path. So she chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra and walked on the river, crossed the other side. Next day she came and told Gurudev, because of your power, I could chant the name and cross Jamuna. Then Gurudev becomes so much, overwhelmed with the false ego. Oh, I have so much power. Next day he went, he chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra but drowned. So it is Krishna who is at work. It is Krishna Shakti which is at work, not your false ego. When you take this false ego, you will be drowned. So always a Vaishnava is the servant of Krishna. And because he is servant of Krishna, his words are fulfilled by Krishna. Je api anya devata bhajante, tam tatha vidadhami aham. Even though you worship some other demigods, that Shraddha Krishna himself gives. He gives you the required faith to practice the karma kanda to please those demigods. And then the result also is given by Krishna through them. So they are not the giver. Everything, sarvas means aham sarvasya prabhu. Everything belongs to Krishna, and everything is rewarded by Krishna only, who is sitting as Paramatma. So that is they take a abhidhi purvakam. Te api bhajanti mam abhidhi purvakam. They have taken a path which is not the vidhi purvaka as per the process. The vidhi purvaka is direct devotional service, first class devotional service, and through a sadhu. वैष्णव धरामृत आरपद जल वैष्णवेर पदरज तीन महाबल. In this connection, another story is also very important. I'm running short of time anyway. That is very important. The story is that a Vaishnava devotee was a great rich person, was having sufficient security guard. That one time few thieves they wanted to steal, and there is enough security guard, they cannot steal that Vaishnava's house. So they thought to make a plan. They dressed themselves in a Gaudiya Vaishnava dress, and they thought by that they can cheat. So they come to the door of the Vaishnava. They told that we are from Brahmavada Gaudiya Sampradaya, our Acharya is this. So knowing this, the Vaishnava become very happy that those Vaishnavas are coming to my house. They are my guru. So with that he gave all these worships like Padajala, Adharamrita. He giving them Panchamrita snana to his lotus feet, eating the, drinking the water of those worshipping lotus feet, water, etc. All these paraphernalia, fanning and giving them Rajbhog Mahaprasad, all this hospitality he gave, requested them to stay as long as you want. So these thieves, they are very happy. They stayed for few days, observed, and one day they planned to steal. And they stole on that day because they have very strong security. They had to make some plan. But somehow the wife of that Vaishnava saw themselves stealing and escaping. So she tried to shout. That time immediately these thieves they caught the head of the wife of that Vaishnava. So security guard immediately uh, came by hearing the cry, and they caught these thieves, brought them to the Vaishnava. Then they told that they are not the Vaishnava, they are the thieves. Then the Vaishnava told, no, you don't know the power of a Vaishnava. I know this sloka. Vaishnavara adharamuta arapadajala, Vaishnavara pada raja tina mohabala. Bala means greatest praise are there in this mercy of Vaishnavas. I will show you. So he again say, again sit all those thieves, respecting them as good as Vaishnava, everything with full respect, worshipped their lotus feet with all the homages with Panchamrita, Panchagavya, everything, the arati, fanning, everything, and then took that water, Padajala, sprinkle over the head of the wife as well as the body, and they united. She again come to life. So then the Vaishnava also see this. This is the power of Vaishnava. Now, who is at work? You answer these questions. Is it that they were a real guru? Is it they were real Vaishnava? They were not. It is the faith and it is the submission, it is the offering of that Vaishnava to Krishna at work. So, energy of Krishna at work. So, that's why you can see that somebody are worshipping here and there, somebody worship a mental concocted god, somebody worships here and there, Sai Baba, this and that. Like many demigods are there. So they are worshipping, they are also getting result. So the result were given by Krishna. Because of their Shraddha to that particular form, they get some results. But all are material benefit, for sure. Without Vaishnava Krupa, one cannot get Krishna Prem. Anywhere you go, you will not get the love of Godhead otherwise. Vaishnavera নিকটে যদি বয়সে কত ক্ষণ দেহ হইতে হয় কৃষ্ণ শক্তি নিঃসর্ষণ. Whenever one come and sit in front of a Vaishnava, he is eligible to get the energy of Vaishnava implanted in his heart. But there is one condition that he must have Shraddha. That example we just gave, Tendulkar example, right? You have very high respect for Tendulkar. The tips that comes from Tendulkar, it immediately work on you. Same tips can be given by your colleague, it will not work. So that is material example which I gave through revered circuit and neural network. But here is the quantum at work, which is Sachidananda potency of Krishna, that makes you elevate to the platform of pure devotional service, and that gives you the mercy. Many other slides are there. We have crossed the time limit. I am sorry for that. Thank you, everyone. Any questions? We'll cover the remaining in some other classes.